Thousands of Brits dream of starting new lives in the sun.
This is lovely. That water's so warm.
Drawn by the promise of cheap property and a very different way of life.
Look at the office. It could be worse, couldn't it?
But there's not always time to relax.
This is not something for the faint-hearted.
I don't think it's going to be ready.
As they launch brand new businesses.
I'll definitely enjoy my bed this evening.
Seems like a good idea at the time.
Now we're with a new wave of expats.
All our worldly goods.
Opening restaurants and launching boats in Spain.
She's the admiral, I'm just the captain.
Vineyards and campsites in France.
It was genuinely giving me sleepless nights.
But will it be sweet success?
Puts us on the map, big time.
Or will things turn sour?
We are broke.
And can the latest Brits really find happiness in the sun?
How lucky you are to live here with me.
So lucky.
On today's show,
That's not good.
It's not even firing.
two rookie restaurateurs go into meltdown in France.
This is awful.
It's so hot, it's burning my face. And it's an absolute nightmare.
A couple apply for residency in Spain.
It will give us real peace of mind that we know we can stay here.
But can't hide their nerves.
Kind of been to the loo loads of times, so I know I'm nervous. I'm desperate to get it.
OK, so the guy should be there any moment soon.
And in Mallorca, the adventure company staff losing the plot.
We have problems like this every day.
And the owner loses her rag.
OK, guys, grab a seat. Stressed, angry, ready to kill somebody? I am. Hopefully no heads will roll.
France is a magnet for Brits wanting to relocate. Last year, about 5,000 of us bought a property there. Many British expats moved to France with dreams to run their own holiday home business. Among them are ex-policeman Paul and former accountant Lisa, who moved from Kent to the village of Aimée in the Dordogne.
Look at what we've got and look at the life we've got, and it's just mind-blowingly amazing sometimes.
This couple moved with Lisa's 13-year-old twin daughters, Isabel and Eleanor. For €460,000, they bought a farmhouse and 3 holiday homes. It's mid-April, and with no gîte bookings for another 2 weeks, they've been trying to cash in on ex-chef Paul's cooking talent.
It's any way to get a bit extra money.
Yeah, definitely.
They were hoping to open a restaurant business, but renovating their kitchen has proved too costly.
It was going to take a lot to turn into a professional kitchen.
Because we'd have to rip everything out, wouldn't we?
But there's a bit of good news. Paul's been asked to cater for a quiz night at the local town hall, which will be attended by more than 80 people.
Effectively, I'm going to be cooking for 80 people. That's 80 potential customers. I think external catering is probably the way forward. Tonight will be very interesting. If it goes wrong, that might be my first big fail and I might have to rethink the plans.
So what's on the menu?
Picked a fairly, well, what would normally be an easy dish to serve, lasagna, garlic bread and salad, but there's a lot of expats around here and a lot of them miss stuff like bangers and mash and lasagna and garlic bread, and the French don't really do that sort of thing.
Paul's decided not to cook the lasagna at home, but at the venue, so it can be served hot.
I don't think I've ever transported lasagna in the boot of a car before. OK, let's go.
OK.
Right, nice and slowly. Here.
Yoo-hoo! Paul's never cooked at the venue's kitchen, so his first priority is to get the oven up and running.
That's not good.
Yeah. It's not even firing.
There's no gas. Nothing.
No gas means no food for the hungry quiz teams. Have you tried the main tap, Paul?
So we have got gas. It's just lighting the oven. Here we go.
Love it when a plan comes together.
Phew, now they're literally cooking on gas.
I thought I was going to have to go home for a minute and cook them at home.
Or are they?
When I try and turn it down, it switches off. So it's all or nothing. They're pretty much starting to burn on the top.
And it's not just the dodgy oven that's proving too hot to handle.
We forgot our gloves. This is awful.
It's so hot, it's burning my face. That oven is an absolute nightmare.
With 20 minutes to go until serving time, Paul and Lisa are feeling the heat.
I'd rather be doing a quiz at the moment.
Which European language is an official language of Angola?
But I don't think I'd get anything right because the questions are really hard.
The quiz is about to finish. Ready or not, it's time to serve up.
What? I think we'll see how everybody goes when we start serving up.
Good luck, guys.
Bricking it. One or two garlic breads?
I'll take two, it smells absolutely delicious.
Good.
Now, one bonus question for the quizzers. How's that lasagna going down?
It's got to be one of the best that we've had so far.
The salad's very good. I don't really eat salad.
Phew, not a bad first attempt at mass catering for two complete rookies.
I love it though. This is my kind of thing, you know, making people happy. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello. Sitting in an office looking at spreadsheets.
And already there's a queue for second helpings.
I'll get the other tray out now. They're all asking for seconds.
I know. It's great.
I was worried I wouldn't have enough.
Oh, really good and so creamy. Super.
Oh, good. Let me give you a bit of that creamy sauce.
To round it all off, Paul's baked a double chocolate brownie with ice cream, which is polished off in no time.
Enjoy that. You're very nice. Good.
Once desserts go out, good feeling.
Thank you.
And everybody seemed quite happy, eh?
So happy, in fact, that the chef is summoned from the kitchen.
Can I just have your attention, please? I think this is Lisa and Paul's first catering event here in France with their new company. And I don't know about you, but I thought it was absolutely
And it's not just Lisa and Paul celebrating tonight. Organiser Julie is very happy too.
So the food that turned out was delicious. We had lots of really positive feedback. And I know we're going to be inviting them to quote for another event that we're having later in the year.
Ka-ching! A good service and now more business coming their way.
So next time, because I think there will be a next time,
There's definitely going to be a next time.
we'll be a bit more prepared.
But with the next quiz night not happening until autumn, can Lisa and Paul rustle up more bookings for their fledgling catering business? The province of Almería in southern Spain has an amazing 200-kilometre coastline. In this region, it's never too hard to go off the beaten track and discover quiet beaches and crystal-clear waters. Among the area's newest residents are Jonathan and Paul Colum French, who recently bought a traditional farmhouse in the village of Canteria.
This is the quality of life we wanted. Yeah. We wanted hot weather. We wanted to be able to walk the dogs any day of the year and not much rain.
Jonathan and Paul are attempting to launch their soap and candle business in Spain. They've managed to get their products into a local shop, but extensive renovations to their house mean they need to earn much more money. So the next step is to take a stall at a busy local craft market.
If we make a lot of money on those craft markets, and if we get into some more shops and we've got a sort of steady income coming in, we'll just keep reinvesting it back into the house because there's more work that I'd like to get done.
As well as expanding the pool area, the boys are planning to restructure the garage space, carving out a gym for fitness fanatic John and creating a lab and storeroom for their soap-making business. And they're keen to make sure that nothing gets lost in translation with their Spanish builder.
Domingo and I have a wonderful way of communicating, which is with Google Translate. And so I have Google Translate, Domingo has Google Translate.
We're going to say that we need this floor retiling.
Si creamos un escalón, siempre será un problema, porque cuando te acerques a la ventana puedes tropezar.
If we create a step,
it will always be a problem because when you approach the window, you can stumble.
I'm hiding behind the door.
Jonathan and Paul do have plans to wean themselves off the automatic translator.
I just miss not being able to sort of say anything to them other than hello, good morning, golly, isn't it hot? And I can't actually even I can't actually manage golly in Spanish. All I can manage is it's hot.
Paul and Jonathan are serious about integrating, so much so that only 6 weeks after their arrival, they've come to the provincial capital of Almeria with their Spanish lawyer, Jose.
We're about to go into the Foreign Office meeting to get hopefully to get our residence permits.
Spanish law requires that all UK citizens planning to stay for more than 3 months should register in person with the local authorities. Jonathan and Paul are keen to do things by the book, and for one very good reason.
In particular, I was very concerned when the UK referendum, we just thought that our whole idea of living in Spain had evaporated.
Yeah, because of Brexit.
And because of Brexit and because England's going to leave the EU. And so we were very, very concerned when we came out here to make sure that we did everything right to get residency and the right to stay in Spain.
I'm a bit nervous because I'm desperate to get it. Kind of been to the loo loads of times, so I know I'm nervous.
The boys will be interviewed by Spanish police and are keen to make a good impression with those in charge of granting them the right to stay.
It's the first day we've worn trousers and shoes since we've been here. So we've been here...
Long trousers and proper shoes.
Long trousers and proper shoes.
Good luck. If all goes to plan, they'll be issued a residence certificate, and after 5 years, they'll be entitled to apply for permanent residence in Spain. An hour and a half later, have they impressed the officials?
Just a little green piece of paper.
Yes, it's not like my national insurance card in England. It is a bit floppy compared to my stiff one in England.
It means we're here. Doesn't really matter what happens with Brexit.
And we've got 5 years as well, which is really good. So we didn't need to renew it for 5 more years. So it's absolutely fantastic news.
Yeah. It's enough time to get the business up and running.
Paperwork done, Jonathan and Paul can prepare for their next business venture.
The next stage is going to be a night market, which we're doing for the whole of the summer. So we've got 14 weeks.
10 weeks.
10 weeks, nights. 40 nights of working from 8 till 1 o'clock in the morning.
With home improvements rapidly eating into John and Paul's savings, will their first Spanish market venture be a profitable success? Some of the most dramatic landscapes in Europe can be found on the Spanish island of Majorca. And alongside this spectacular scenery, there are some equally stunning properties. Like this 3-bedroom townhouse in the village of Alaro. Full of bespoke, quirky features, this house has appeared in many architectural magazines. And for €450,000, this grand design could be yours. One Brit who's been attracted by the beauty of Majorca is former vet nurse Tracy Tomlin, who lives here with her partner and business partner Augusto, and their 11-month-old daughter Izzy.
Izzy's having a siesta. She is so Augusto. She looks just like him.
Tracy and Augusto run an adventure company together with Tracy's ex, Miguel.
We always say that we're very lucky to be able to be living here because you have all the people that's coming on holiday, that's waiting all year round to come here just for 7 days. And we just have it here all year round, and that's what makes us very lucky, despite all the hard work.
It's been a difficult start to the season for their adventure company. Bookings are down on last year, and unfortunately outgoings have gone up because they've just moved into these expensive new premises.
The business is great and it's great to reinvest, but if we don't start to make money, we can't actually live.
It's now the beginning of July, peak season, but business is slow. So Miguel, Tracy and Augusto are trying out whatever they can to attract more customers.
Basically, what we are working on is updating our website. This is our website, and it has a lot of text, which when you're looking at it on your mobile, you just don't want to read all that. When you want to see something more punchy, something that, okay, I want to see a video, a picture.
Accountant Augusto has priced up a website revamp, and it doesn't come cheap.
So it's going to cost over 2,500 at least.
Augusto has decided it's a worthwhile investment. To save some costs, he's sending business partner and amateur photographer Miguel to take pictures of the activities on offer.
In Spain, we have a word, which says an image is worth 100 words.
Today he's called in his top team to perform some cliff-jumping stunts.
Hey, man.
As our guides. Without them, we are nothing.
Born and bred Mallorcan Miguel has taken guides Oscar and Antonio to a little-known place near the town of Alcudia, which combines stunning views with breathtaking cliff-jumping opportunities.
Manos abiertas, ¿vale? Y cámara. I was asking is to do a backflip, with hands open. What we need, is something visible and spectacular. We only have one moment. If we don't get it at that moment, we just don't get it.
No pressure then.
He's checking probably different places to jump, probably, where it's a bit more stable.
That's the first shots in the can, but it seems like Miguel wants to up the ante.
Now we're going to the highest one. We'll see what we can do from there. Yes!
At a whopping 15 metres above sea level, this rock face requires good climbing skills, but it provides some amazing views and the chance to snap the cliff jumpers mid-flight. Success!
Some pretty nice ones.
Miguel and the guides have gone all out. All that's left to do is to go back to the office and check the end results.
Look at that one. Yeah, it's nice, eh? And it's perfectly executed. They will catch the eye of the people who look at the website. When they see, the photos, they have a better idea, of what's gonna happen. Hopefully we'll see them soon on the website.
But will a revamped website be enough to bring some much-needed new business to the company? In the village of Aimé in the French Dordogne, Lisa and Paul's holiday home complex has suddenly come to life.
Right, Dustin, quick, go. Go, 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 go.
All 3 gîtes are booked from today and the guests are on their way.
Today we've got a French family and they've hired the whole complex, so all 3 gîtes. We've got some of the party arriving just a bit earlier than everybody else.
An unusually early check-in means the place needs to be prepped in half the time, so it's all hands on deck.
The list is immense. 6 bathrooms and 2 wash areas just in this house. Oh, it's too much. Why did we buy something so big?
With the clock ticking, Lisa and the girls get the rooms cleaned and prepared.
Oh, nothing like a little bit of stress in the morning.
But sadly, Paul's maintenance list isn't getting shorter.
Shower head's broken in there.
That's a new one.
Yeah, well, it's leaking water everywhere.
At least you get a workout.
I can't afford to pay people to do things, so you do learn to do it yourself. Oh, that's done it.
As Lisa and Paul complete their job list, it's now time to do some quality control on Izzy and Ellie's work.
Nothing was cleaned like it was meant to be cleaned.
Bed hasn't been hoovered under even.
Oh.
I told Izzy yesterday
It's
about
Izzy,
it.
it is Izzy. The kids, bless them, they are kids, but I don't want to have to keep checking. If I say vacuum the room, I expect it to be vacuumed top to bottom, under the beds, behind things.
Receiving a bad review just when the peak season is about to start would be a disaster.
You know, you've got to think about what you would like when you come on holiday. You wouldn't want to be looking at a dirty sink, would you? Oh! Right, go and put that back. I'll sort it out.
I just get the feeling she's throwing the steam around because you can see just one streak. It's just gone, yeah, done.
She's a 13-year-old child.
Yeah.
And today, there's one more incentive for completing the preparations on time.
At 1, I've got to be at work at 1.
With hardly any income from their holiday rentals so far, Lisa's just taken up a part-time job.
I've started working as a commercial estate agent. So with the agency that I bought my house through, we bought this one through. Problem is, it's commission only. I've got to sell a house.
With Lisa about to leave and the guests imminent, the family are nowhere near completing the preparations in time.
Load of cobwebs up here. This hasn't been done at all.
I've literally, I reckon, I've got maybe 20 minutes before I've got to go and get changed and get ready for work.
You might have to reconsider your estimate, Lisa, because here come the guests, 15 minutes ahead of schedule.
Guests! Bonjour. Bonjour, Lisa. Bonjour, je m'appelle Lisa.
In a record-breaking 2.5 minutes, Lisa gets into her office clothes and leaves Paul, Izzy and Ellie to look after the guests and finish the prep.
Right, I've got to go sell houses. See you later.
Okay.
Have fun. Bye, Mother.
Did you get this bit here or not? So, Lisa's going off to sit in her cosy office and not do much for the next 4 hours. I wish I was going to work, actually, because this is quite hard work.
With Lisa out earning cash, will Paul, Izzy and Ellie cope holding the holiday fort? In Mallorca, there's some very good news for adventure company owner Tracy Tomlin. Their website restructure is now bringing in the clients and cash is starting to roll in.
The phones are going crazy today. I've got over 60 people on trips and everybody's ringing today.
And now a profitable sea caving trip for a group of adventurous tourists has just come in.
I think there's about 10 with 2 guides. The sea caving trip is quite a long walk along the coast. It's about 40 minutes. Then everybody gets changed and then you've got to swim into the cave.
There's a flurry of activity to get the safety equipment ready for today's booking. But there's one member of staff who won't be taking part. Head guide Miguel, who's heading to mainland Spain.
I'm going to a caving course here is just caving stuff, my caving helmet, just in case I break a leg. It's 15 days, which is intensive. I need that, in order to give courses to other instructors and to teach. And at the moment, there is nobody on the island.
The qualifications mean that Miguel will be well placed to teach cave rescue teams in Mallorca. But it means he's having to leave just as business is finally picking up.
We've got a few questions about the weather this morning, a few concerns about some waves, and obviously there's no Miguel to oversee the wave situation, but we're going to go for it this morning.
Today's sea caving is a high-risk booking, and Tracy may have to refund the customers their money if the sea is too rough.
With the waves being how they are, we don't know until we get to that beach if we're going to be able to get to the cave. I have full faith in Juan and Jenka.
Without Miguel to call the shots, it's fingers crossed for guides Juan, Jenka and work experience Tabea. Especially as some of their customers have travelled a long way and have very high expectations, like Evan from Tennessee.
Coming and seeing something completely different, something I'm not going to see anywhere else in the world. Every time I travel to a new place, I decide to do something adventurous. I love caving. Caving's real famous in Tennessee. They said they're willing to take me, sign myself up.
Little does Evan know that if the sea's too rough, all he's signed himself up for is a long walk.
This is how you get 5 stars on TripAdvisor, you know what I'm saying?
Good work, Tabea.
Ready, guys? Come on.
Headed by Juan and Jenka, the group starts a 40-minute trek under the scorching Mallorcan sun from the beach of Cala Romantica. They'll soon work out if the trip's a goer.
When we get to the coast, we will have beautiful view to the entrance of the cave.
40 minutes later, they can see the cave. Unfortunately, it's not good news. The sea's too rough to allow for a 200-metre swim to the entrance.
So the entrance is in this big hole. There are big waves. It will be not possible to get into the cave.
But to try and avoid having to refund the customers, Juan and Jenka have decided to detour the group to a nearby land cave.
Okay, the plan B is visit another caves. This is one. In this cave there are water.
We will go through small spaces and then hike between stalagmites and stalactites. So it's also very, very nice.
Fingers crossed the customers will agree.
Okay, everybody is ready. Then we can go into the cave. You ready? Put the light on.
Once they negotiate the very narrow entrance, the group enter the cave's main chamber, buried 50 metres into the rock. This cave features an indoor lake and is packed full of stalactites and stalagmites. Stalagmites grow at a rate of 1 inch every 200 years, and having the opportunity to swim through them is a real treat.
Oh man, beautiful stalactites, stalagmites, jumping in the water, in and out constantly. Absolutely amazing. It's a unique place that you don't really get a chance to see in other places.
Result.
I think this is a pretty amazing place to be.
With many of the other customers also satisfied, it looks like the trip's been a success. Has the tide finally turned for Tracy's company? In the Spanish village of Cantoria, it may be 35 degrees in the shade, but renovation work on Jonathan and Paul's new house carries on relentlessly. The builders are about to finish the pool area and are moving on to creating an upstairs gym for fitness fanatic Jonathan.
We've got to earn more money now because we've spent 2 years' worth of money in the first 8 weeks of being here, whereas we weren't going to wait and spend that money. So we just now got to recoup the money.
It's an important day for Jonathan and Paul. They're used to selling their range of soaps, candles, and grooming products in their old home county of Norfolk, but tonight will be their very first foray into a Spanish craft market.
Life will be so much easier when we don't have a skip and we can drive the car down.
It's all in.
They're heading for the craft market in the town of Vera, 20 miles away from their home, and they don't know what to expect.
We've had mixed feedback about the market this evening, about whether or not it's a good one or not. At the moment, I'm on the optimistic side, and so I'm going with the guy who said that all he needs to do is go there for 10 weeks a year and he makes enough money for the whole year, rather than the guy who said that it was really, really poorly attended. So we shall see.
Spanish craft fairs conjure up images of pretty town squares bustling with people.
So our pitch for today is here, K to L, in front of the mini golf, where there'll be lots of people hopefully in the evening. And we're on a dual carriageway, which is really weird. Strange location, but hopefully we should get loads of people because there's a club next door, so I'm sure we'll get loads of people.
And when the crowds descend, they want to be ready.
John's doing the soaps, I'll do this, and then John will rearrange it for me. Normally, that's what happens.
I think when you spent the time making it, you've got to get it so it looks good.
In preparation for tonight, Jonathan and Paul have been trying to perfect their Spanish sales pitch.
No dude en recoger y ole nuestro producto. Feel free to pick up and smell our products. Now, this is according to Google Translate. It might not translate in Spanish. So if they ask me anything other than on my scripts, I'm stumped.
It looks like John and Paul might be off to a good start.
Hola.
Their display's already attracting attention.
Hand cream and hand balm. So balm is for your hand, so rub it in your hands, just rub. Rub.
Wow, yes.
And it's neroli.
Yes.
Orange blossom. So you'll smell it.
Unfortunately, no sale this time, but that's not the worst of it.
Who's that?
Somebody who's also selling soap. 8 stalls and somebody else is selling soap.
No!
Right.
Oops. Half an hour later, there's still no sign of any customers, but Paul is trying to keep positive.
You just have to wait for some people to turn up now.
Yeah. No, it's not because the people aren't going to be around till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the evenings.
This is not exactly what the couple thought running a business in Spain would be.
Cool, this is what dreams are made of, Paul, sitting on a dual carriageway.
It's been a whole hour and they haven't seen a single soul. They've been told by the other stall holders that the market picks up in mid-July, but that's another 3 weeks away.
Apparently it does get busier. It could be that July the 11th is the only day that anybody ever sold anything last year.
Don't say that.
In the absence of any customers, they practice their sales pitch.
Oh, I like the smell of that. Did you make that? Oh, you're so
we made
clever.
them all ourselves, yes. This one's a nice one, it's very Christmas. It's got frankincense and bergamot.
Is it?
It's a lovely colour, very masculine.
At long last, after an hour and a half waiting, 2 potential customers walk by.
There's some people here coming. Hola.
Oh.
People get put off.
And they're gone again. Perhaps the rush is still to come.
It's still early. It's only 10 o'clock. We've still got another 3 hours to look forward to. Looking on the bright side, we haven't had to restock anything yet. But yeah, it's been pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hola.
It doesn't look like it's going to be their night.
It's been... disappointing.
Disastrous. Disastrous, not disappointing.
The boys decide to cut their losses on this market. There is an alternative craft fair in a couple of weeks' time. Hopefully, they'll have better luck there.
We sold absolutely nothing. No footfall.
No.
I think we're going to have to go home and have a think.
Yeah.
It's not.
We should rethink our priorities, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's April, and at Paul and Lisa's holiday complex in the village of Aimé, each of their 3 gîtes has been fully booked for the weekend.
They seem really happy. They've been out fishing already, and some are in the gîtes, some are playing petanque. But they seem to really like the place.
And whilst everybody else can enjoy the sunshine, there's no rest for Paul and Lisa.
So the job today is to tackle a patio where I've been dumping stuff. I clear and move and dump everything in our house or on the patio. So, where are we actually going to put all this stuff?
The bin, dump, everything under the tables for the dump. I mean, there's like special programs for you, like for people who hoard stuff.
I might keep them in case I train for World's Strongest Man.
No.
After more than 2 hours of debating and heavy lifting,
It's moments like this where we go, actually, it's pretty nice, isn't it?
It is, when it's all done and tidy and clean.
Paul and Lisa finally clear their patio. Another massive job ticked off. It's now Sunday and their French guests are about to check out.
You come back?
Next year?
Yeah.
The house is pretty convenient and pretty great.
Big, isn't it?
It's been a successful weekend. And with the guests gone, it's time to tidy up the gîtes.
Who's feeling strong?
There's so much laundry. When you think about it, how many beds is there?
18, 19 beds.
Once again, cleaning up after their guests is a job for the whole family.
When this is all dry, it's all very well, but I've got to then iron it all, and it takes, it takes so much time. I used to work in the financial services industry and restructure all these massive multi-billion-pound companies, and now my sense of achievement's down to a pile of ironing. So I don't mind hanging things outside.
That's why it says we should put it on the big line.
But watch his face, I'm going to have to put the tumble dryer on.
Yeah, you can allow the tumble dryer. Well, electricity is so expensive out here.
This last booking may have earned them a good profit, but with huge bills to pay, Paul is hoping Lisa's estate agent job will take off soon.
We got some people in to quote us for
decking.
Just normal decking.
Yeah.
And it was like the GDP of a small country.
Well, the quote to do 2 areas of decking was over 12,000 euros.
Yeah.
It's not funny
No, it isn't.
because we haven't got 12,000 euros.
Not spare, no.
Where did our savings go on? You actually need to sell the house and get an income.
Haven't sold anything so far.
So there's effectively no money coming in.
With 3 jobs, gîte renting, catering and house selling on the go, they're confident things will finally come good this summer. It's the end of July in Mallorca and bookings are picking up for Tracy Tomlin's adventure company.
Experience Mallorca, Augusto speaking. How can I help?
For the last 10 days, they've been running at full capacity, holding 7 excursions a day and trying to put up with the absence of head guide Miguel.
Miguel is not back until the 1st of August, so we still have another 8 days to survive.
Miguel is now in mainland of Spain, and he's doing catering course, and he always sends me some pictures.
Miguel's new girlfriend Jenka has stepped in to help Tracy and Augusto at this busy time, but it seems that this morning they're up against it.
Okay, so the guy should be there any moment soon, and I'll find out where he is and I'll let you know.
On the first pickup run, one of the guides can't find their clients, and now the activity is running late.
What I don't want is the guide to leave, because then what will happen is that this woman will ring in 15 minutes saying, I'm here or there, and the guy won't be able to find it. But given the time, it's very possible that the client decided to go to the venue on her own. We have problems like this every day.
But this is not their only issue. Without head guide Miguel, coordinating excursions has been a tricky task.
We're not too impressed. We've got a staff meeting this morning. A few of the guides were running late and caused a few cancellations. So we lost 5 clients due to a guide being 40 minutes late to his first pickup. So stressed, angry, ready to kill somebody, I am. Hopefully no heads will roll.
Time for the guides to face the music.
OK, guys, grab a seat.
Pickup times. We've had 40 minutes delay on one pickup and clients cancelling because after 45 minutes they don't want to go anymore. Okay? And that cost us a lot of money.
In this time of the year, it's not an option. You understand, guys? See?
But the bad news doesn't stop there. One of their most senior guides has just had a nasty accident on a cliff jumping excursion.
This is absolutely, it's a nightmare. We've currently got Juan Red, who had a nasty accident out coast steering, but subsequently has ended up in hospital. Juan Red's hugely important. He's first in line for any overtime. His English is really good and the clients always come back. We needed this like a brick to my head, to be fair.
Time for Tracy and Augusto to pay a visit to their injured guide.
No me levanto.
No levanta.
¿Qué tal?
¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
How is it?
Y mira, esto de aquí.
Sí.
Whilst helping out a customer, Juan's foot got trapped in a rock, and as he fell over, he tore his knee ligament.
So it's going to take him some time to get back into guiding.
The actual sports that they do carry an element of risk, and you know people can die from jumping off cliffs and things like that. So you know, anytime we have an accident, it's serious, but it's also a learning curve. No, just rest, no driving, and when you're better, you come back.
It's a blow, but after the recent successful trips, Tracy and Augusto are more determined than ever to make this summer a success, even if it means working harder than ever at the busiest time of year. Next time, Jonathan and Paul struggle on with their home renovations.
We've spent 2 years' worth of money in the first 8 weeks of being here, so we're just now got to recoup the money.
Tracy's guides encounter a nervous customer.
Now, how do you feel?
Afraid. Couldn't we start a little bit smaller?
And there's chaos at Lisa and Paul's.
There's nothing ticked off it.
Yeah, I know. I could explain that for swim by the workshop.
Strim.
That says swim.
Why would it say swim?
That's what I
by the
thought.
Workshop?